Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, it's time for the PLE Event Center, where our host talks about the results from a WWE PLE event. And now here's the man to bring you all the results from the PLE event himself, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Episode number 2190. We're 10 episodes away from 2,200 episodes. Hello there, everyone. I'm here once again, and we're going to and pretty soon we're going to talk about WrestleMania Night 2 that happened last night, WrestleMania Sunday. And first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to my good friend Jordy Scow. He's going to be on vacation this entire week to spend some time with his family, and I'm hoping he does so. Hopefully he doesn't have to worry about coming here as far as going online, trying to take care of things. Hopefully me and Brandon will hold on the fort for Rant and Rave, and also the live reaction tonight on the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. But until then, we got to talk about what happened last night at WrestleMania. Before I go further with that, I want to make sure that whoever has not seen WrestleMania from last night and has not seen it yet and don't want to post any spoilers, I advise you not to watch this video until after it's uploaded. In fact, after I speak right now. Although you can wait until you can skip, or you can watch my other videos, or skip this one and watch the Tic Tac Doe video. That will be on the next episode. And okay. I saw the game, David. I saw the game. Why do people want to send me messages when I'm trying to do a video myself here? I've watched the game, so let's dive right into it. Ava Max, who is an up and coming singer, I do believe, recording artist, sang the national anthem, and it will kick off with and then the first matchup was the women's world title on the line. Io Sky defending it against former champs Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Now, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair have issues against each other. It seems like Io Sky was getting sick and tired of being known as the afterthought. And Bianca Belair's got her own issues with Jade Cargill and Naomi. So, it looks like... and this was a heck of a matchup, but in the end, Io Sky ended up winning the match and retained the title. Now, as a result of that, Io Sky has made history. WWE history, actually. She is the first Japanese female wrestler to ever win it at a WrestleMania. I'm not kidding you. Because I believe the Jumping Bomb Angels were never involved in WrestleMania. Bull Nakano was never involved in WrestleMania. Asuka was, but she kept losing. And Kairi Sane was involved in WrestleMania, but wasn't able to win a match either. Io Sky is the first Japanese Joshi wrestler to win match at WrestleMania. And it's the first one to do it in 27 years. First Japanese wrestler to do it in 27 years since Taka Michinoku retained his light heavyweight title against Aguila at WrestleMania 14. So it's been 27 WrestleManias ago. So that's a huge feat for Io Sky, and I'm very happy for Io Sky. I love Io Sky. And now, what's next for the Genius of the Sky? We will find out for sure. When the women's division's not... Remember, with the draft coming up, who knows? Who knows for sure what's going to happen? Because anybody from NXT could come up and challenge Io. That's for sure. In attendance, Flavor Flav! That's right. He's a wrestling fan. Flavor Flav. And mixed martial arts artist Murad Dabalishvili. And then rapper Rich the Kid was there. And since the street fight, Damian Priest went one-on-one with Drew McIntyre, and this was a heck of a fight. And the fight never got outside the ring, which, I mean, it went outside the ring. It never got outside the arena. They never fought all over. They never fought in the crowd. They never fought in the back. They just fought in front of the crowd, and then they destroyed the new announce tables once again. But Drew McIntyre ended up winning in the end of that matchup. In the tennis, Jameer Gibbs, former current Lions NFL Lions football player, Danielle Cormier, one of the UFC legends, and comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, and the international, I put international, intercontinental title, and I don't believe it. Give me my pen. Oh my god. I wrote that I've been having an international title on the brain because of TNA. There we go. I don't believe it. I'm writing down international title. The intercontinental title on the line. Braun Breaker defending it against Penta, Dominic Mysterio, and Finn Balor. Finn Balor is also a former Intercontinental Champion in this matchup. Dominic's a former NXT Men's North American Champion and Tag Team Champion. Finn Balor is also a former Tag Team Champion as well. Braun Breaker is a former NXT Men's Tag Team Champion. And Penta, former AEW Trios and World Tag Team Champion. So, in this situation, but Penta's never held a title in the WWE. Now, here's the thing. If Dominic Mysterio wins the Intercontinental title here, he would be the third father, him and Rey Mysterio will be the third father-son combo to ever have that feat. As you know, the Hennings were the first ones to achieve that feat. Kurt Hennig, a.k.a. Mr. Perfect, Joe Hennig, a.k.a. Curtis Axel, first father-son duo become to hold the Intercontinental title. The next one, the next father-son duo to be Intercontinental Champion, Rikishi and Jey Uso. And ladies and gentlemen, it's happened again. That's right. For a third time, this has happened. Dominic Mysterio is the new Intercontinental Champion. He won the matchup at the expense of Finn Balor, who probably is not very happy about it. This will be very interesting tonight on Raw. And is now him and his father Rey Mysterio are the third father-son combo to be Intercontinental, to hold the Intercontinental title. So congratulations to Dominic Mysterio on that one. In attendance, MMA fighter Colby Covington, as you see, he's been seen hanging out with Austin Vanderford and the lovely Paige Van Zant sometimes of the America's Top Team, headed by Dan Lambert. Remember him? So, Metro Boomin, another rapper, and actor Dean Norris is a big WWE fan as well. And the Open Challenge, Randy Orton. So that was the first surprise. First surprise of the night. Who is the mystery opponent for Randy Orton? Randy Orton decided to get on the mic addressing the crowd before it began. Says, anybody want to come out here? Wade Barrett's advising everybody not to. But then, ladies and gentlemen, it happened again. It happened at a major event once before. Guess what? The line's been crossed once again. Because say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. In Scotland and London and Tokyo, America, Mexico, America. I don't remember the lyrics. I just sing this song. I believe in Joe Hendry, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, shown up to accept the challenge of the Viper Randy Orton, and about 3 minutes in, an RKO later, Orton picks up the victory over the prestigious one, the local hero, Joe Hendry. If you have not known what Joe Hendry is all about, go to the ICW YouTube channel, Insane Championship Wrestling from Scotland. Type in Joe Hendry. You know why this guy is one of the most popular wrestlers, viral dudes now. I mean, Joe Hendry, the first TNA wrestler under TNA contract, performed at a WrestleMania. This is huge. This is huge. I'll tell you one thing right now. Yesterday we heard the huge acquisition. AAA, Lucha Libre AAA is now partnering with the WWE by TKO's acquisition of it. You know what this means? And you would think that anybody from AAA Mexico would show up. But Joe Hendry, this is big. This puts TNA. There's going to be more eyes on TNA because of this. And like I said, this is to put more eyes on TNA. Everybody in TNA. Joe Hendry is stepping up for TNA as the World Heavyweight Champion. And as its World Heavyweight Champion. And he did this despite losing to Randy Orton. So congratulations to Joe Hendry. By the way, I'm buying that shirt that he wore last night. And you know what? I've already put in an order for it. Thanks to the good folks over at Fanatics. Yes. All right. Like I said, like yesterday also, and also yesterday, I bought myself some Frosted Yeets. They'll be coming in later on in a couple of months. I think they will take a long time to ship and order. So, yeah, I'll wait patiently. Besides, I got a couple of Nintendo Switch games coming in physically next month as well. So, and besides, this is the last final full week of April, for goodness sakes, because the first half of next week will be April, the second half and the weekend will be in May. So it's gotta be May. Okay. All kidding aside, to see that, and after the match, Joe Orton shakes hands with Joe Hendry, said, "Hey, good job," and then hit him with another RKO. Orton was not in a very good mood, so to speak, because he wanted Kevin Owens, but I'll tell you what, Joe Hendry at WrestleMania, that was a cool moment, good moment for him. More eyes are going to be on TNA, and I'll tell you one thing, there's some wrestlers in TNA who've been to a WrestleMania. Dolph Ziggler's been in a WrestleMania before, so he knows what that's all about. So Joe Hendry ended up winning. Joe Hendry ended up being at WrestleMania. Orton winning the matchup. Then the next matchup of AJ Styles and Logan Paul, that Beavis-looking butthead. And I picked Logan Paul to win this match. Why? Because he'll resort to nefarious tactics to win the matchup. And boy, was I right on that. One of his stooge friends, Logan Paul's stooge friends, sneaks in a pair of brass knucks. Karrion Kross was trying to do the right thing, saying, you ain't using this. But he wants to hand it over to AJ Styles and say, hey, use them. But he didn't want to use it. Nope, he's knocked out. He knocked out Karrion Kross. And then knocked Karrion Kross and that stooge out, but it cost, but Logan Paul capitalized on it. It cost him. Logan Paul wins the matchup, and afterwards, Karrion Kross is livid. He's livid about this. He was livid. He went on Raw Recap with Sam Roberts and Megan Morant. He was livid. He was livid about that. He was livid. And you know what? I don't blame Karrion Kross. I can't stand Logan Paul. He's a Beavis-looking butthead. I'll talk about Logan Paul on an episode of Lima Don't Play That. Come on. You know? I'm with Karrion Kross on this one, man. AJ Styles, come on. If it was no disqualification match, I can understand. You know, I would say, hey, listen, I'll use the knucks. Distract the referee. You know how to distract people. Go ahead. I would have told Scarlett. And Scarlett, you distract the people. You distract the referee. I'll knock him out. You get him moving. Hey, Scarlett, you distract the referee. Karrion, get him. I'll knock him out myself with these brass knucks. That's what I would have done. Goodness sakes, man. I'm telling you. It's crazy, you know? In attendance, Vanessa Hudgens, who is a big WWE fan, which I thought that's cool. Another rapper recording artist, Rana, an actor, Rana Dagubudi, an actor from India. I believe with the movie on Netflix, I do believe Terrence Crawford, an MMA fighter, and rapper Quavo, and they were in attendance to watch WrestleMania. Don't know. I know who Vanessa Hudgens is. I know who Kobe Covington is. I know who Flavor Flav is, but I know who Danny Cormier and Tony Hinchcliffe is, but I don't know the rest of the people. So I just, figure, some of you youngsters, young folks out there probably know who they are. The rest of the crew are. All right, the women's tag team title on the line. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez against Lyra Valkyria and a partner of her choosing. On night one of WrestleMania, somebody took out Bayley. We don't know who it was. But then Lyra Valkyria, and then Adam Pearce, you got 24 hours to look for a partner. Well, guess who the partner is? Ladies and gentlemen, Becky Lynch is back. The man is back. The man comes around. And Liv Morgan, you little weirdo, you were in trouble. Because remember, Liv Morgan was the last person Becky Lynch faced before she was out for a year. And Liv Morgan's running her mouth about she retired Becky Lynch and all. Becky Lynch is back. And Liv Morgan saw she looked like a ghost. And then she was ringside chatting with Pat McAfee, Wade Barrett, Michael Cole. They said, you're scared, you're scared, you're scared. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, we have brand new women's tag team champions in Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch, the Irish Connection, Farah, Aragon Bra, and all that. And Lyra Valkyria is a two-belt holder. That's right. She is Lyra Two Belts, teaming up with the former Becky Two Belts. And they become the tag team champions. Of course, they had the press conference, and Becky Lynch's daughter, Rue, stole the show. So, yay for Becky and Lyra. Congratulations to them. What's going to happen? They got to defend the belts against Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxton, the lovely, gorgeous Gigi Dolan, curvaceous, babylicious. Yeah, I like to see Gigi Dolan and Becky Lynch go one-on-one. That would be really cool. But they have to deal. Well, how about the night after Mania? What's going to happen next? Will the Kabuki Warriors make their return and issue the challenge? That could upend the NXT tag team title, situation as far as the challenges go. So Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxton may have to hold up a bit before they get their opportunity. Who knows for sure? Will we see that happen? Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen to Raw after Mania. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out in his ATV, and then he accidentally banged into it and I think knocked somebody down. Hopefully the person is okay. I think he knocked a woman over. I'm hoping that she's all right. But Stone Cold Steve Austin acting like a total nutcase on the ATV. And the second for the night 2 attendance for WrestleMania, 63,226, with a combined total for both nights of WrestleMania, 124,693. And then drink a few more Steve Wises. I don't think there'll be any drinking before driving an ATV. So there's that. Then it leads into the main event, the WWE title on the line. Cody Rhodes defending it against John Cena. And during the matchup, Travis Scott came out during the matchup. He gets involved during the matchup. And then Travis Scott distracts the referee. Cena low blows Cody Rhodes and nails him with the title. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a new WWE champion. John Cena wins the title for the 17th time, a record in the WWE. So John Cena has done it. And now my question is, where's The Rock? I thought he would show up. It's WrestleMania. He's the chair, part of the board of TKO. You would think he'd be there. You would think, what is going on? Why was The Rock not there? I mean, The Rock would have helped out too, but nope, he did not. He wasn't there. We don't know what's going on. And now we have a new champion. John Cena vows to ruin wrestling. The Raw after Mania. And Dave Meltzer said it was one of the worst matches ever. Well, John Cena warned everyone that they'll get nothing. You're right. He did. But however, though, Cody Rhodes, I don't think the road's ending for him. Nope, not. Cody Rhodes will be bouncing back, and he'll get the title back. it's now the second chapter of the story, how the road back to the championship. But it's a Raw after Mania. We don't know what the heck is going to happen. Everybody be on their toes, folks. This is going to be a bumpy ride. John Cena wants to ruin wrestling. I'll tell you one thing. Lots of luck to that. Because I wouldn't be surprised if Seth Rollins comes out and decides to tell John Cena he ain't ruining wrestling at my expense. But then if you add CM Punk to the mix, if you add Roman Reigns to the mix, again, because Paul Heyman betrayed both of them in night one, this could be a cluster you know what. And believe me, it's not going to be pretty. Well, we'll see what happens tonight on the Raw after Mania. Tonight on Netflix, man, at 8 o'clock. Like I said, Brandon Martin, myself, will be live reacting. William Braun might join us there. And I know Brandon Martin's part of the Media Mogul, so it could be anybody from there that to join us. Or it could be another guest. A guest from the other ones to come back for a second time. So, that's all the time we have on this show. We want to thank you all for tuning in to episode 2190 of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. The WrestleMania Sunday Night 2 Sunday Event Center of WrestleMania 41. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll find out what goes on in Raw, Monday Night Raw tonight. So until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer. All right, next up, new episode of Tic Tac Toe coming. Tic Tac Toe gameplay, Martindale Monday. I will see you then. Until then, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.